we're back. Episode 18 of the Q Review, brought to you by Barely's House of Blues and Ribs, your one-stop shop for everything Quebec Major Junior Hockey League and the unofficial podcast of the QMJHL. Chris Tracy here with Theo once again. What's up?
We're back, baby. We're back. New look. I hope everybody likes it. We're on the couch now instead of the tabletop. I think it's nice.
Heard some feedback. People said we were looked too high strung up there. Plus my legs were getting a little tired.
My feet were hurting, so. But
feels good.
I feel more relaxed over here.
You know what doesn't feel good? My broken nose.
Oh. we need Steven the cameraman to come over here. We need a little zoom in. We need a little zoom in on Chris's nose.
For context, I was playing hockey for school, NSCC. I was pivoting in the corner, and just
look at the camera.
Zoom right in on that shiner right there.
Oh, the girls love it.
Busted.
The girls love it.
So I was turning into the boards, and Buddy's skate caught mine, and so I just went into the boards and wasn't good. Coach was like, "You okay?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I think so." And I look at my hands covered in blood, and my jersey's got blood all over it.
Were you drinking before the game?
No shot. Right. I gotta make the team, man.
Yeah, that is
no
true.
shot.
That is true.
On the bench maybe, but not before the game.
How was the Super Bowl? Who'd you spend it with?
Just some work friends. Everyone from work just
there you go.
Came over and had some food and some drinks. It was good. Go. Did you expect that outcome?
No. I expected it, but
who are you going for?
I was going for the Eagles.
Where are you?
I'm a Bears fan, so I don't really like either team, but I just don't like Patrick Mahomes, even though he is almost the GOAT already. If he retired today, he would probably still be in the Hall of Fame, but I just don't like him. I don't like his brother. No. His voice is annoying, and everything about him is annoying, so I just wanted the Eagles to win.
I had money on the Chiefs to win. I put the money down when they were down a touchdown because they went down early.
Yeah. That was a high-scoring game.
I had money on Travis Kelce getting a touchdown, and he got the first one.
That guy's a dog. That guy's a dog.
I think I technically lost $5 because I put $40 on separate bets. I had one quarterback had to get 350 yards, which Jalen Hurts and Mahomes I figured would be a gimme.
Yeah.
I think Hurts was about 80 yards away, but yeah. But other than that, it was good. It was, yeah.
At least it was a close game. Yeah, that holding call at the end was kind of bullshit, but yeah, it was a good one though.
Yeah, Valentine's Day yesterday, and yeah.
There you go.
It's good. A little dinner and mini golf.
Spent it with myself, but there you go.
That's okay.
Maybe next year.
It's all right. It's all good. Anyway, let's get into the hockey, shall we?
Let's do it.
Little CHL top 10. So we see the Quebec Remparts. They go down one spot to number 2 after being number 1. They still have the most points in the CHL. So I don't know. They lost to Chicoutimi the other day.
That was a big one.
Gatineau goes from 8 to 4, up 4 spots. Halifax goes down to 2. They lost their point streak of 20. I believe it stopped at 24 games with a point. And Sherbrooke stays put at number 6.
Yeah.
Victoriaville not an honorable mention this week.
Yeah, well, they I forget who they lost to on the weekend, but I can actually fact check this.
No matter where Victoriaville finishes, they're gonna exceed expectations.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure.
100%. They shouldn't even have been sniffing the division, and they're right neck and neck with Sherbrooke.
Yeah. Well, that's because we didn't put them. At least I didn't really put them high. Beginning of the season, but yeah, they really surprised me doing what they're doing now, especially with Gabriel Dagla and Darvaux, and yeah, no, they're doing well, man.
Well, I think the difference is Sherbrooke picked up, they picked up Jake Melanson, they picked up Marc-Andre Gaudette, they picked up Olivier Adam, the goalie. So I think they just had a lot more moves than Victoriaville did.
Yeah.
So I think that's really the difference. It will be a tight race for the division, but I think Sherbrooke's going to eventually take it.
Yeah, for sure.
QMJHL Team of the Week, Louis-Philippe Fontaine. He was also the QMJHL Player of the Week. 2 goals against the Tigre, 4 points against Val d'Or. Like I said, QMJHL Player of the Week. Playing with the Huskies. Olivier Nadeau, we've been saying this name quite a bit the last few episodes. 7 points in 3 games. So they played the Battle of the Ottawa River against the 67s. 4 goals and an assist. And then 2 goals again against the 67s. I personally think he should have won Player of the Week, but that's just me. I want to talk about interleague games. Or sorry, out-of-league games. Yeah. That's what you'd call it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it'd be cool to just, obviously Gatineau and Ottawa is a thing because they're right next to each other.
Yeah.
But, wouldn't it be cool if, just throwing names out there? But
like Regina Pats, even though they're not doing well. Like seeing Connor Bedard facing the Mooseheads or something like that. Even
yeah, what if Victoria Royals, they came down to Halifax and then Halifax goes down?
Yeah.
More of those big market teams that bring in a lot of income.
Yeah.
Those smaller teams like Blainville and Shawinigan, don't put them in it. But bigger market, Quebec Ramparts, bring the Ramparts up to play. Even the 67s.
That would get a lot more viewership too. I think that just even this is a wild idea, but even a winter classic for the
They used to have one.
Did they?
Yeah, when Lafreniere played, it was Rimouski and I want to say Shawinigan.
Where they play?
I don't remember, but I just remember it was a thing. Drummondville was also in one. I think interleague games be sick. Just I also wish you could trade in within CHL.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Kind of like Junior A here.
Yeah.
And for people that don't know about Junior A here, you can trade all over the country. Especially if guys are going to school. So if a guy from Ontario goes to Acadia in the Maritimes, they'll trade him from the Ontario team to Valley or Troy.
No, that's not a bad idea at all.
So I think interleague game. We'll ask what you guys think. We'll put a poll up and we'll see what you guys think. But I think interleague games would be good. Like I said, for the big market teams.
Yeah.
Don't throw those little teams in there. Like Shawinigan.
Yeah.
Baie-Comeau.
Yeah, screw those guys.
No one wants to go to Baie-Comeau. That's Rouen-Noranda, 24-hour bus ride from here.
Might as well go to prison instead of Baie-Comeau.
Oof.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, Baie-Comeau.
I didn't say it, but...
I'm just joking.
Lorenzo Canonica from Shawinigan, he played Swiss World Juniors. He's lighting it up right now. 6 points in 2 games. 4 points against Cape Breton. 2 goals against the Mooseheads. It was his first points in February. Fun fact. Today's the 15th.
Yeah.
So he's finally figuring it out. Etienne Morin from Moncton, another guy who's always on this team. Goal against Bathurst. Goal and 3 assists against Charlottetown. I was looking at the draft rankings this morning. Craig Button has him at 26. Sportsnet and Bob McKenzie have him outside of the first round. And Central Scouting has him at 24 for North American skaters, which would probably put him outside the first round. Where do you think he's going?
Even that, though, that's still not bad for him. The way he's been playing. Because at the start, he didn't really do so hot. But now that he's, coming up, it's good to see. I don't know. It's hard to predict, especially, with a bunch of Q guys, it's hard to know, where exactly they're going to go. Cause
where would you take him? Is he top 2 rounds?
I would say. Yeah. Yeah, I would say top of the second round. I don't know.
Probably depends where guys at the bottom of the first need, Tampa Bay, they don't need defensemen.
Yeah. Because he's not the biggest guy, but he's not the small. He's a good size. And
he's going to be strictly offense. He's an offensive defenseman.
Yeah.
So I could see early second.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And then, actually, who's coming on the show today, Maveric Lamoureux, is also on
yes, sir.
The team of the week. 3 points in 2 games. Goal and assist against Cape Breton and a goal against Halifax in that big win, snapping the 24-game streak.
Yeah.
First round pick of Arizona. And like I said, he'll be joining us later. Great interview. Talked about playing with Arizona guys and getting embarrassed by Clayton Keller and
that was one of the
recovering from his big injury. He was out with surgery. I forget what it was, but
I think
6 months.
He said his shoulder.
6 months shoulder surgery. So that's hard for anyone, man. And joining halfway through the season too. You haven't played with any of those guys all season, and
it's hard.
Especially the new rookies too. It is tricky.
Fitting in at that, trying to fit in, especially when you're injured, must be really hard. But Like I said, that was one of the best interviews that I think we've had. He was a really well spoken, long answered guy, and super funny as well. So
You guys are gonna laugh at his music choice.
yeah.
Take a stab at who was the goaltender
For what?
for the team of the week.
Francesco Lapenna.
Oh yes, Francesco Lapenna, Frankie Lapenna.
What a fucking surprise!
3-0-0, 946 save percentage, 162 goals against average.
He's nasty.
38 saves against Halifax. They won that game in a shootout. 29 saves and 20 saves against the 67s. 9 wins and 12 starts since coming to Gatineau.
We need him on the pod, man. Like that, like him on the Islanders. Like seeing him do well even there, and now being with a good team. It's good to see. It's good to see.
No one was really mentioning his name until this season.
Yeah.
I knew of Frankie Lapenna, but like he was not mediocre, but he was like
He was mid.
he's one of the best goalies in the queue.
Yeah.
So, game recaps. I'm on the weekdays this week. So, you look at Wednesday, Moncton doubles up St. John 4-2. Jacob Steinman, 32 saves, got second star of the game. He's really coming along. Rookie goaltender. Outplaying Vincent Fillion, I feel, who was a former, I believe, 4th overall pick. So, that's kind of...
Yeah.
Moncton's got a... It never hurts to have a goaltending issue when both guys are good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Oh
no.
no, that's not good.
Down goes the side.
Oh well, sorry guys.
Jonas Tybell, Oscar Plendowski scored goals. Yon Loshing and Barbashev also scored. Maxime Barbashev. Brady Burr scored his 26th of the season. Now the leader in Sea Dogs franchise history goal scoring. He passed Johnny Huberdeau with 110. Burns has 110. Huberdeau has 109.
Congrats, Burnsy.
Alex Drover scored as well. The Wildcats snapped a
Drover,
6-game losing skid.
Drover, man, we've been mentioning his name quite a bit.
That guy's been all over the country this season. He starts in Medicine Hat and goes to the Valley Wildcats, goes out to St. John. So he's been all over the place. But
anything to get the job done.
You know, young team in St. John, they're rebuilding, so he got sent back to Junior A because the Sea Dog, Mem Cup run, right? So, but now he's starting to sniff starting to sniff the queue, but good for him.
You never know what can happen.
Rouyn-Noranda beats Victoriaville 3-2. Also, Drover's probably playing for one of those 20-year-old spots next year, right? Like he wants to stay in the league.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Huskies beat the Tigra 3-2 in a shootout. Tristan Allard and Daniil Borash scored in the shootout, and Team of the Week candidate Louis-Philippe Fontaine scored twice. QMJHL Player of the Week, Louis-Philippe Fontaine.
Yes, sir.
Twice in regulation to fuel the comeback. Victoriaville was up 2-0 off Freddie Brunet and Tommy Cormier's goals. Nathan Darvaux, 36 saves. And then Maxime Pellerin scored the only shootout goal for the Tigra. Let's see here. Gatineau beat Halifax 3-2 in a shootout. Joey Vetrano, 9-round shootout. He finally ends it. Olivier Nadeau, Cam McDonald, and Tristan Leneau also scored in the shootout. Alexis Gendron and Isaac Beliveau scored in regulation. Lapenna, 38 saves.
What a surprise.
Josh Lawrence, Zach LaRue, Matt Cataford shootout goals. Jordan Dumais and Josh Lawrence scored in regulation, and Mathis Rousseau, 33 saves, so he was great as well. Very fast-paced game. This is like a potential finals matchup because Halifax in the East, Gatineau in the West. So, could be they don't like each other either. Did you see the videos?
Yeah. The fights too. Didn't they? Not last game.
There was a couple scraps. But did you see like the coach, like the stare down of Mathis Rousseau? So like this dates back in Halifax when they played. I was at this game. Mathis Rousseau saved Tristan Leneau's shot to win the game in the shootout.
Yeah.
And he was just beaking at Leneau.
Yeah.
And so the Leneau scored in the shootout and then stared down Rousseau, and then the coach stared down the whole team when they went off the ice. So
damn, there's some tension.
It's probably also a good time to mention that in this game there was an incident featuring Zach LaRue, where he allegedly speared a fan. Originally there was no evidence, so they suspended him indefinitely. Someone submitted a video, taken with a calculator. Terrible video.
Yeah, that was on a goddamn potato. That was a horrible video.
You couldn't really tell. I don't know. Did you watch the video?
Yeah.
I watched the video. It didn't, he might have made contact, but, it only showed him going, into the glass. You couldn't really see if he actually touched the fan.
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't know, and we don't know what the fan did before that.
So, yeah, Zach got 10 games for that. I want to know what the fan said to get Zach, because you guys had our interview with Zach. He's a good guy. I don't know what got him so fired up.
Yeah.
You don't just spear a fan. Obviously they said something.
Obviously there's rumors of the fans spitting on him or said something dirty, but we are honest, we don't know, so we can't say anything, so.
Yeah, well, I'm curious, though. Maybe next time I see Zach, I'll just ask.
Give him an ask, yeah.
Trey, what do you say? Quebec beats Big Hamo 6-3. 6 different goal scorers for the Remparts. Theo Rochette, James Malatesta, Charles Savoie, Jeremy Langlois, Veselad, Komarov found the back of the net. Daniel Agostino opened the scoring on a penalty shot. Louis-Charles Plourde scored twice, and Charles-Antoine Dumas scored the Drakkar goals. The Q website didn't show how many saves each goalie made, which was interesting.
It's the worst website of all time.
According to the Q website, it said the shots were 6-3, and the shots were 6-3 in the goalie report.
What?
I tallied up all the shots for just each player took, and the shots were 30-25 for Quebec.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, so just weird. I've never seen that before. Blainville beats Chicoutimi 6-2. James Swan, Thomas Paquette, Theo Lemieux, Arnie Ravinskis, Jonathan Fauchon, and Felix LaRose scored. It sucks when there's 6 different goal scorers because it makes you gotta say it all in one.
Yeah.
Swan finished with 3 points and the first star. Since coming over from Halifax in the Lawrence deal, I say that because it was announced later he was going as part of that. 18 points in 20 games since coming over. Felix Bedard and Alexis Morin scored for the Saguenayens. Thursday, February 9th, you got Charlottetown taking down Bathurst 3-2. Michael Horth, Giovanni Morneau, and Carl-Etienne Michel scored the Islanders' goals. Kieran Gallant was first star with 2 assists. Michel had 2 assists as well. Alexis Michel.
Yeah. Ben
Allison and Bobby Orr scored the Bathurst goals. Bobby Orr, former Moosehead.
Yep.
Ben Allison, good old Halifax boy.
He's been he's wrecking it up, man.
I still can't believe he didn't get traded.
Yeah, well.
Actually, when he was in Halifax, I saw his parents after the game because his parents are friends with the people I live with, and they were surprised he didn't get traded either.
Ben's dad coached me for a bit. He's a good guy. Scott Allison. He's a really good guy.
Justin Cote scored his second of the game with 5 seconds to go in overtime as Drummondville takes down the Eagles. Maverick Lamoureux, friend of the pod now,
there we go.
Scored the other. Olivier Hoods scored both Eagles goals. 7-0 for Val-d'Or over Victoriaville. Maverick Gauthier, after playing in almost 200 career games, scored his first career QMJHL goal.
Good for him.
So congrats to Maverick, and he's obviously a solid defender if they kept him that long without scoring. So it's always nice to get that first one.
He must be doing something right.
Mathis Ouellette scored twice. Nathan Barry, Alexandre Guy, William Prevost, and Louis Robin scored the other goals. Mathis Fernandez got the 33 save shutout for his first career. Yeah. So congrats to Mathis and Maverick Gauthier on your first. Gatineau, Battle of the Ottawa River, first game, 5-2 over the 67s was Gatineau. Olivier Nadeau, 4 goals and 5 points, tying a career high in goals for a game.
Crazy.
Riley Kidney had the other. Kidney had 3 points. Caden Kelly and Cameron Tolnay scored the Ottawa goals. I think you guys probably know who those people are anyways.
We don't mess with them.
But, hey, that's a statement, man. The 67's already clinched first in the OHL, and we have 22 games to go. Yeah. So that's a huge win for Gatineau. Huge confidence boost.
Yeah.
5-0 for Moncton over Bathurst. Jacob Steinman, who we just talked about, 19 saves for the shutout, second of the season. Jonas Tybell scored twice. Jon Loshing, Etienne Morin, and Vincent LaBelle scored the others. Josh Fleming, 35 saves in the loss. That was on Friday. Sea Dogs, 3-2 overtime win against Charlottetown. Charlie DeRoche, 2 minutes in with the OT winner. Pavel Simic and Alexis Cornoyer scored the others. Michael Horth and Simon Hughes scored the Islanders' goals. Drummondville, huge win against the Mooseheads. The Volts finally end the Mooseheads point streak at what I believed was 24 games.
Yeah.
Tristan Waugh scored twice. Michael Diote, Jeremy Lapointe, Luke Woodworth, and Maverick Lamoureux scored the goals. Alex Doucette scored twice to extend his league-leading goals. Josh Lawrence and Jordan Dumais scored as well. Mooseheads tied the game at 4. They went 3 for 3 on the power play, too. Diotte scored with a minute 47 to go. So that's a huge win, man. That's got to get a huge, I don't know. That's got to bring, Drummondville's not what we expected them to be.
Yeah.
Even Maverick Lamoureux told us he was, they were supposed to be nasty. Yeah. And they have all the pieces. Peddle, Woodworth, Diotte's good, Lamoureux's good, Riley Mercer, Jacob Gooby. Yeah. That team's special.
Squad, when Maverick Lamoureux was saying before the pod, you could tell he was hyped about that win. So it's good to see the boys step up a bit, and who knows what they can do in the playoffs.
Shawinigan takes down Cape Breton 5-4. Stefan Huard Jr. and Lorenzo Canonica scored twice. Isaac Maynard had the other goal. Remy Delafontaine made 33 saves in the win. Gotta get Gio in net, man. Gotta get Gio DiMattia.
Yeah, honestly, I was texting him earlier a couple days ago, and he should be playing more, even though he kind of got.
Where's Shawinigan in the standings, man? You keep going though. Keep saying.
No, because Shawinigan isn't having the best year. They're kind of proving us wrong a little bit the way they've been playing, but those two goalies need to kind of step up. So might as well put Gio in there.
Shawinigan's 9th in the league.
No, I know.
Yeah, they're 12 points up on the Sea Dogs for the last playoff spot, so maybe they're just trying to keep that lead. They're also 5 points within Rimouski for 7th, so maybe they're just trying to, get some wins going. And obviously, no offense to Gio, but Delafontaine's probably their better goalie.
And he knows that. So I'm sure Gio knows that.
Gio, we love you, buddy, but
shout out Gio.
Remy probably has your spot. Cape Breton got goals from Cam Squires, Trevor Thurston, Olivier Hood, and Jacob Newcomb. Ivan, couple assists. Remember when we talked about Ivan not scoring?
Yeah.
He had a point per game, but they were all assists.
Yeah, I know. He's just the assist goat.
Would you believe me if I told you that Chicoutimi Saguenayens beat the Quebec Ramparts 5-4?
That's what I was to say. That was crazy.
Zach Ravel, couple goals and 2 assists, tying a career high. Also snapped a 3-game point skid. Thomas Bejan, Thomas Desrousseaux, and Romain Rosinski had singles. Theo Rochette, Zach Bolduc, Pierre-Olivier Waugh, and Jeremy Langlois scored for the Ramparts. That's huge.
Yeah, that was a huge win, for sure.
Chicoutimi's also good, man. They're 8th in the league.
Yeah.
Last game for the weekdays, we got Sherbrooke beating Blainville 6-1. Tyson Hines, goal and 2 assists. David Spotchek, Justin Gill, Jacob Melanson, Anthony Monroe-Boucher, and Cole Hawkins scored the goals. That's what I mean, man. Everyone, 6 different goal scorers, run out of breath.
Yeah, I know.
Charles Edward Gravel pulled after allowing 5 goals on 20 shots. Nicholas Sheehan made 25 saves in relief. Alex Blaze scored the only Armada goal. A lot of games, man. There was quite a few weekdays this week.
There you go.
Should we bring on Maverick?
Let's bring on Mavs.
All right, so coming up, we got Maverick Lamoureux, first-round pick of the Arizona Coyotes, and current Drummondville Voltigeurs defenseman. Defenseman, currently at 12 points in 18 games this season. Please welcome to the podcast, Maverick Lamoureux. Maverick, how's it going, buddy?
Pretty good. What about you guys?
Good, man.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks a lot. We appreciate it. Busy day today?
Not so bad. More like a normal day today. Bit of school, and then with normal practice, and then just came home from the rink now.
Okay, so according to Hockey DB, it says you grew up in Laval. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I was born in Laval and then grew up around Saint-Jérôme, like a town on the north shore of Montreal.
Okay. Is there anyone you really looked up to playing hockey? Any favorite player?
When I was young, it was P.K. Subban. Big fan of P.K. Subban.
That's a great pick.
Yeah, exactly. So growing up, I was in love with him. I was always watching him, always watching his game. So when he retired, I was kind of sad about that because I just loved watching him.
Did you so I'm guessing the Habs were your favorite team?
Yeah, growing up it was, yeah.
Fair
Not
enough.
anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. Yotes.
Yotes, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's talk about that NHL draft day. Kind of give us like what that was like. Were you at the draft? Were you?
Yeah. So that was the draft was especially the draft was in Montreal this year. So
Mhm.
like it was like close to my house. So I had like a lot of friends, a lot of family members there. My billet from Drummondville was there too. My granddad was there. So I had like my whole family there, and that day was crazy. It was definitely the best day of my life. I didn't know if it was gonna be in the first round or the second or the third or like so the first or the second day. So when I heard my name, like the first day, it's like if everything around me just like shut down. It was like, what is happening right now? Is it real or no? And like I just like talk to you guys about it right now. Like I have like so many good memories about that. But the draft was so good. It was like such a great experience.
Did you kind of expect to go to Arizona, or was it a bit of a surprise?
It was a surprise because like I knew they had like a lot of interest in me. I knew like they really liked me, but at that point, like at the like NHL level, like I have no idea like who's gonna pick me. There's like so much team and like there's so much like organization that like have like interest in you. And I knew Arizona had like a lot, but let's say they have a guy that's ranked higher than me, like just like before me, they're gonna pick that guy even though they really want me. So I had no idea, but when they went on stage, I always had like a little like I was like hoping they picked me. So I guess I was right on that.
There you go.
I'm sure the NHL draft was a little different than your Q draft, which would have been online, I'm guessing, back in 2020. Can you
Yeah,
walk us through that one a little bit? Was you
yeah.
just
So that was the first year was where it was online. I was like kind of like sad about it because you get you're 15 years old, yeah, and then you just know oh you're gonna get drafted in the queue and like it's the only draft in the like CHL that does it like in person. So it's like a dream. Like you've watched the NHL draft your whole life, and then you're 15 years old and you get to the Q draft, and you're like, oh wow, it's like it's the big thing now. So getting that online was like a bit like not fun at first, but so I got drafted by Drummondville after that, and it was probably even better that way because I had my whole family at home. I think we were probably like 30 people at my house during COVID time. It was even though that was not legal at that time. But that was really a great experience too.
Did you kind of like it more that you kind of spent it with the family at home in the
It,
draft, or would you like it more in person?
well, now that I got drafted in the NHL and I lived the like draft in person with the NHL, I'm actually happy I lived that one with my family and like all my friends because I was like there was like so much people in my house and we did like a big dinner and then we got drafted and then we did like a big party after that. So that was really nice that way.
Nice. We're gonna talk about your first year with Drummondville.
Yeah.
I know it was a couple of years ago. How do you think you did the first year right after midget and versus now?
That year was actually really hard at first because it was like the bubble year, so we were playing 6 games in 10 days. We were off for 2-3 weeks, and then we were playing 6 games again in 9 days, and then we were like off 2-3 weeks. So it was always up and down. It was always we're gonna play, and then we're stopping, and then we're playing again, and especially at 16, I feel that was hard to like get the momentum and like really get into it at first. So that definitely took me some time, but I feel like so the first we played 10 games before Christmas. So those 10 games were like probably hard, like for me, because I had to get like the rhythm, I had to get like to know what the QMJHL was and like what playing junior was, and it's way different than midget. But after Christmas, I feel like that's where I got things going, and that's where I really got more confident. And until that, I built some good stuff, and that's where at 17 I got more notice for the draft year too.
This year, you guys had some, I would say, somewhat high expectations. I mean,
Yeah.
personally, I had you guys finishing, I believe it was second in the division.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, you're 12th in the league.
Yeah.
What do you think? You guys are actually on a little bit of a run. You've won the last couple games, especially against Powerhouse Halifax. What do you think's changing right now? What do you guys need to do going forward for the playoffs?
I think it's really like I think at one point, because we lost so many games, I think like our team confidence was not there. We were like stuck in a hole, and we just couldn't get out of it. And because like we have a really good team, we have like a lot of talents. We have like older guys who are like really good and like that really can make like good plays. And I think it's just like getting to know each other more and like playing more together and always like always working every night. It's definitely like that. Like we can't like be a team that's gonna be only skilled. We're not good enough for that, but we really gotta like work harder than the other team. And I feel like right now we're finding that type of game for a team, and it's like it's starting to show in games because we're winning now.
Well, you guys were hit by the injury bug too. I mean, you were injured for most of the year. Justin Cote injured for most of the year. Riley Mercer injured for most of the year. So I think you guys are finally healthy, and it's really starting to show.
Exactly, and especially after like long after surgery, it's hard to like get back right away too. It's definitely gonna take some time. I was out 6 months and a half. Cote was out 6 months too. Mercer was out for half a season too. So like just getting it going at first is hard, and like you can't like do everything by yourself at first too, and you just can't do anything by yourself at all. It's a team game too. So I think we just had to get like our game back and get our momentum back, and now I think we got it. So we're building good stuff right now.
Obviously this year you're producing a lot more versus last year. What's one thing you did that in the off season that you did differently, or did you do anything at all?
You know what? This off season I couldn't do nothing because I have a surgery.
Oh well,
but
there you go.
It was mostly like when I started doing more like shoulder stuff and more like upper body, gaining more strength on that side, and just like when I started like shooting pucks, I started shooting pucks every day again because like normally I do that every summer. I shoot about 100 pucks, 150 pucks a day, like every day during summer, and that really helped with my shots. And I couldn't do that this summer because of my surgery. So when I started shooting again, I started doing that every day again, and I feel like I'm producing way more this year because I'm bringing so much more pucks to the net too in my shot. I'm really using it right now, and I feel like that's why my offense is really getting going now.
When you're not injured, what does your typical off season look like? You a big golfer?
I wanted especially now that I'm drafted in Arizona, I wanted to golf so much.
Yeah.
Like the courses there are so nice, and like just everyone like plays golf there. And I really want to start this summer, but I never did. The only thing I did was like driving balls, and I was pretty good at it, so I wanted to try golf, but I couldn't do it this summer. Like mostly like what my like summer like off season looks like, it's like I'll be in the gym 5 days a week, and then probably like about three practice or maybe 4 practice a week too. So that's definitely gonna look like that. So probably gonna add some golf to that this summer. That's for sure.
You talked about the golf courses, but like kind of tell people about the city of Arizona. Like obviously, were you there?
Yeah.
You were there for camp, or you were in then?
Well, I was there for about 5 weeks this summer. So I went mid-August. I went there for like my rehab and like working out with the AHL and NHL guys there, and then starting practicing there too. So I was practicing with Keller at first and Chikran because they were coming out of surgery too. So like just my first year like with like an NHL organization, and I can practice with like guys like Clayton Keller or like Jacob Chikran. Like wow, it's really it's a big step. It's really new, but the city of Arizona, it's like how they live there and how everything is done is like so much different than Canada. You see, like you're gonna see like the mountains, the cactus, everything is just like so big. The highway like six lanes is like so much different, and like during summer it was like always like higher than 40 degrees too. So it's like another world there, but I love it.
That's hilarious.
So those reverse retros they wear that had the cactus all over them, they're not lying.
No, they're not lying. They're everywhere.
You were just talking about seeing like Clayton Keller and Jacob Chikrin. What would you say like your most eye-opening, like, wow, I'm like playing with these guys moment was like?
I would say it's the first day I got there, like the first workout day. So I did the workout with the guys, and then I couldn't practice, so I just said, oh, I'll go watch practice. And I just saw Keller there, dangling around everybody like there was nothing. He's so skilled and like he's so good with the puck, and he was just finding everyone on the ice. So like I never saw like a player like that in person, like from like so close. So just like watching him like doing all those stuff and looking like doing that like, and it was so easy for him. I was like, okay, it's definitely that's another step from like the major junior.
Did Keller make you look stupid a few times, or did you shut him down?
I couldn't do battle at that point, so I got lucky. Didn't do any battles against him.
There you go.
I got another question about Arizona. What are your thoughts on the new rink?
Like the Mullet Arena,
Yeah.
it's small.
It's small.
But I never went there, so I never saw it in person.
Oh,
so
sure.
I only saw like videos and everything like that. But well, it's for now. But, like I saw like videos and like buildings of like what the new rink is gonna be. That's gonna be really nice. Like it's probably gonna be one of the best one of the league, and they want to do like a mini city. So they're gonna have like the rink, the practice rink. They're gonna have like apartments, a mall, like all together. So it's definitely gonna be like that's definitely gonna be nice. But like right now, I don't think it's ideal. But they gotta live with it. And those guys don't mind. They just play hockey too. So even though it's a small rink, it's actually a nice rink, even though it's small.
The atmosphere seems nuts though with
Exactly.
all the fans.
Especially with the university there. So like all the college students are just going there and watch the game. So that must be way better too.
Yeah.
Hey, once Bettman hands Arizona Connor Bedard, that place will be rough.
Oh.
I want that. I hope so bad.
No doubt, eh?
That'll be so good.
I'm sure everyone wants Connor Bedard.
Yeah.
Talk about playing in Drummondville a little bit of a smaller market. I've been there before. The rink's like it's not huge, but I mean the atmosphere is good. Just kind of talk in there.
Like the rink is old. Like when my dad played junior, it's still the same rink as when he was playing. So it's definitely old, but like the atmosphere there, I love it. I think it's probably one of the best. Like the fans, they're really loud in Drummondville. Even though like we're probably like our average is probably 2,000 a night. Like our fans are like really really loud and like they make a lot of noise. So like for us, that's really good. And so like playing there, actually, I love it. It's a small rink too, so that's good for me, like for hits and everything. It's a big part of my game too. But it's definitely one of my best favorite rink in the old QMJHL.
You said your dad played for Drummondville, yeah?
No, he played in the Granby, the Bison Granby.
Oh, okay.
But so when he was playing, Drummondville was there, so he was playing against them.
Right on.
Does that make it any more special playing in the queue?
I think yes, because like I know like I'm following my dad's step, and I think it was. I'll just like change the question there. I think he was happy. Let's say at the draft, he was like living that moment through me because he couldn't live it. So at first it was me living that moment like with him because I got drafted in the QMJHL. I played in the QMJHL, and then he played before me. So I was like, okay, I'm following my dad's steps right now. And so he didn't get the chance to get drafted in the NHL. So when I got drafted in the NHL after that, he was like living that moment with me because he couldn't live it when he had the age.
Has he been giving you any tips at all? Like, obviously you've been drafted, so you must be doing something right.
You're giving him?
Yeah. So definitely like he coached me when I was younger. He's always been like supporting me, always been following me in like my hockey career. Like he's always been by my side, and I'm actually like really happy that he was there because he really helped me doing that. And he was not the kind of guy, you're gonna see that a lot in hockey, like the kind of dad that's like really intense, like probably too crazy too, and you see that a lot. But like he was not that kind of guy. So I'm really happy like that he was like that.
Are you having a good season with Drummondville? Are you enjoying this season? Like you have a lot of good young players. Like I said, you guys had high expectations. Like Luke Woodworth, Tyler Peddle, yourself. We were talking about Theo before we started. Justin Cote. Is this like one of your more fun seasons playing hockey?
It actually, like even though we're losing, like we have such a good like group of guys that it's fun. Because like like they can make plays. They see the game well. They can find you on the ice, so it's so much more like fun to play hockey when you play like with those kind of guys that like really can make plays, and like we really like can play like good hockey. So yes, I really like it.
I'm curious, what music fires you up before games? Like what's your kind of pregame routine?
So music, I actually, what the big booty mix is?
Oh yeah,
I love that.
loves the
That's
big
so
booty
good.
mix.
I love it.
Oh yeah,
That's a
so big
great.
booty
That's a
mix. I'm a
great
big
pick.
guy, big booty mix. I love that. But before games, so like our Ox player is Drew Elliott, so he's got the music, so he's
Okay.
big rap guy. So like we gotta listen to his big rap, and then we can. Let's say so my partner in the room next to me is Nino Tomov, another defenseman from Bulgaria.
Yep.
So sometimes I just try to talk to him before the game, and he doesn't hear me because the music is so loud. Because like Drew is like that kind of guy who like loves the music like really loud, and he's just getting it going like that. But so big rap guy he is. So like we gotta listen to rap, but I don't mind it. I love that.
Any like go-to concerts you want to go to? You want to check off the?
You know what? I'm not a big concert fan. I never went to. I feel like it's. I don't like being like so close to so much people.
That's
And like having people push me around and those kind of stuff because I feel like I'll just get mad and probably push them back. So I'm just
6'7",
not
who's
going.
pushing you around?
yeah.
Pardon?
I said you're 6'7". Who's pushing you around?
Yeah, exactly. So we never know with like those kind of people. So I don't want to go there. I feel like I'll get I'm not gonna enjoy it if there's like too much people around.
One other question I want to ask you. We said you're 6'7". Have you ever considered basketball? Or...
I did when I was younger. Everyone told me you should play basketball. I was like, no, I love hockey more.
The White Jack. There you go.
My last question for you, Maverick. We talked about how good and young your team is. What do you think your contending window is? Like, do you think you could compete as soon as next season?
Yeah. So like our goal for our team is definitely next season. So we're aiming for that, and like it's good. We want to make a run in playoff this year, and after that, like I'm happy for like I'm gonna be excited for all the trades and all the guys we're gonna go get for next year too. So like for a big year.
There you go.
All right, man. That's all the time we have, but we appreciate you coming on, and yeah,
Thanks a lot for coming on.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Maverick.
Thank you, guys. It's a pleasure.
That was Maveric Lamoureux from the Drummondville Voltigeurs.
Yeah, Maverick Lamoureux, good guy, man. Like,
Beauty.
wants to get back into golf.
Yeah. Well, he said Arizona, perfect option to get back into it. Beautiful courses over there.
He's probably he'd probably be nasty. He was saying he's good at driving. Like, I would hope so. 6'7".
He's got the legs too. Like, yeah.
I lost it when he said he was 6'7". Like,
Yeah, that's
people
crazy.
pushing him around.
Like, why does he care?
Who's pushing around?
Who's pushing around him?
What dummy is pushing around a 6'7" guy?
No, he was a beauty for sure.
That guy's a whole like almost foot taller than me.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's kind of embarrassing, honestly, for both of us. But
No,
hey,
good guy though. Humble.
beauty.
He's yeah. Weekend games or
Let's
what?
do the weekend games. Let's get right into it. Saturday, February 12th, Baie-Comeau defeats Rimouski 5-4 in overtime.
Oof.
Beauty of the game right here. I was watching the highlights back and forth. Isaac Dufour opens the scoring for the Drakkar. Xavier Fillion ties the game up. That's his 26th point of the season. Emily Chenard and Felix Gagnon score back-to-back goals to make it 3-1 Drakkar. And then Rimouski scores 3 unanswered goals thanks to William Dumoulin, Jan Sprinar, and Maxime Corso. That makes it 4-3 Rimouski. And then Baie-Comeau ties the game up with 3 minutes left thanks to Justin Poirier. It was kind of right to him. The D kind of fucked it up behind the net, and then he just kind of got and scored. And then Baie-Comeau wins it in OT with 10 seconds left thanks to Louis Charles Poirot. Butchering that name probably. And then Halifax beats Shawinigan 5-2. Alex Doucette and Evan Bouchard get the Moose up 2-0 early. Then Shawinigan ties the game up at 2 thanks to Lorenzo Conanica scoring twice. That's his 38th point of the season. Then Moose had steamrolled back by scoring 3 unanswered goals to make it 5-2 final. Thanks to Jordan Dumais, Matthew Catafor, and Marcus Vidicek scored all those goals. And then Sherbrooke defeats Victoriaville 4-0. All goals come from Joshua, Jacob Barberneck, and Cole Huckins, and Milo Rollins. Olivier Adam gets his 3rd shutout this season. He's having a great year, man.
He's benefited from coming to Sherbrooke.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
For show. Islanders defeat Moncton 5-4 overtime. I was watching these highlights too. It was actually a sick game. Alexis Michaud from the Islanders scored twice this game with his 20th point of the season. Jan Loshing got 1 goal, 1 assist for the Cats. He's also having a terrific year. How old is he?
Who?
Jan Loshing.
He's in 04.
Drafted this year?
He could, yeah. I think
he will, man. I think so.
He could have got drafted last year, looking at his hockey DB.
Yeah.
2004.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's same with Luke Woodworth.
Yeah.
Like he could get drafted this year. I couldn't believe Luke Woodworth didn't get drafted. Even Jan Loshing.
Yeah, like that Jan Loshing goal a couple months ago, like
the goal of the year.
Oh man, that's still the goal of the year for sure. Then Kieran Gallant scores the OT winner for the Isles. And then game number 2 of Gatineau versus the 67s. Gatineau wins 4-1. Goal scorers come from Sam Savoie, Riley Kidney, and Oliver Nadeau, who scored twice. Riley Kidney, man, has 29 points in 13 games after getting traded. And the goal scorer for the 67s was Logan Morrison, but no one cares about that guy.
Yeah, he just got picked up. He was with Hamilton.
There you go.
I follow a bit of the O, just a little bit.
No, it's good to follow the O. And then, surprise, surprise, Francesco Lapena saved 20 of 21 shots.
If you look at Ottawa's roster, I'm just pulling it up here.
Yeah,
but they have some big names, man. Tyler Boucher comes to mind. He played World Juniors, Brian Boucher's son.
Sorry to interrupt. Who's the guy on the 67s, the Habs prospect? He's tiny, but he's good, man. He was on the Latvia.
Rower.
Yeah, he was on Latvia for World
Vinzenz Rower.
He's good, man.
They also have Luca Pinelli, whose brother, is it Francesco Pinelli?
Maybe. I don't know.
Francesco Pinelli. His brother Luca plays, he's eligible for the draft this year. Big addition they had was Pavel Minchikov, 10th overall pick, I believe, of Anaheim. Got him from Saginaw. Jack Mattier as well. He was on the Canadian World Junior team. So like they're a good team. Like they're a good team.
Yeah. Where's the Mem Cup this year?
Kamloops.
Right on. So back to the games. Cape Breton defeats Armada 5-0. Jacob Newcomb scores twice this game. Has him at 15 points with his new team after getting traded from Chicoutimi. Cam Squires, Charles Bouton, and Will Shields score the other 3 goals. Nick Rucha gets his first shutout of the season, saved 30 of 30 shots.
I want to correct myself about earlier. I said Ottawa already clinched the league. But for some reason it pulls me up to the 2020 season.
Oh, I hate when it does.
So they are first in the league, 1 point ahead of London. Let's see here. Whole league. Not that we're a Q podcast, but still, I just want to put into perspective how good Gatineau is.
Yeah.
Ottawa 76 points, London 75, Windsor 74. They're in first, but not by a lot.
Regina, where I know they're talking about the O, but WHL, Regina is horrible. With Connor Bedard, I know one player can't do it all, but still, man.
They did talk about trading him, but like, what team has enough assets to give up Connor Bedard?
That is true.
All the teams that are contending, they already gave up everything.
Yeah.
Right? So.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, you got Regina. Regina's 6th in their conference. Not terrible.
Yeah, but still.
But they're also tied with 3 other teams.
Yeah.
And Medicine Hat's 1 point. Anyway, we're off topic.
we're
off topic, but yeah, the 67s are good. They weren't a pushover.
2 games on February 12th, Sunday. Rouen beats Valador 8-4. That was a big one. 3 stars of this game were Louis Philippe Fontaine, who we just mentioned from Rouen, gets first star with 2 goals, 2 assists.
Q Player of the Week.
There we go. Jacob Huar, also from Rouen, gets 1 goal, 1 assist. Then Matthias Clothier from Valador gets 1 goal, 1 assist. Valador, man, they've been... I don't want to keep fact-checking you, but where are they at?
Valador?
Yeah.
They're like bottom 5.
St. John wins 5-4 over the Titan. Noah Reinhardt gets 1 goal, 2 assists for the Dogs. Then Brady Burns gets 2nd star with 1 goal, 1 assist. And then Marcus Semina gets 3rd star with Titan, and he had 2 goals that game. And then Cole Burbridge gets the game-winning goal with 1 minute left in the game. That was electric. saw the highlight. It was pretty unreal. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, Cole Burbage, man. He's having a good year.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely benefiting from everyone getting traded.
Yeah. Fair.
That's all you got?
Yeah, that's
okay.
all I got.
While you were talking, I was looking up some. Well, Jordan Dumais leads the league in points with 98.
Yeah.
I was curious. I said, I wonder where Dumais would place in like seasons of all time. Dumais could score 140, probably won't, but 147 points, and he would be the 101st best season of all time.
That's crazy.
That's
a crazy stat.
Well, the best season of all time is Mario Lemieux, 282 points in 70 games, which is nuts.
That's unreal.
4 points per game for anyone counting at home.
There you go.
So that's messed up.
Jordan Dumais, too, he's an 04, but even though he already got drafted, but all these 04 guys are really stepping up, kind of.
Well, after his season last year and his season he's having this year, people don't realize he's an 04. Like, he can play next year.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Valentine's Day, that's the only game after the weekend.
Yeah.
Quebec beats Drummondville 8-1.
There you go.
Zach Bolduc, Blues prospect, 4 goals in this game. James Malatesta, Kasim Gadet, Vestavlad, Komarov, and Nathan Gauthier scored the others. Theo Rochette, Pierre-Olivier Waugh, Nico Savoie, and Charles Turchon had 3 assists each. And friend of the show, Maveric Lamoureux, had the only goal.
Beauty.
So, good on Maverick. Riley Mercer in net for all 8 goals, but still made 28 saves, which is
still good
pretty
stat.
impressive. Shots were 36-19 in favor of the Remparts. There's one thing I wanted to bring up because I saw it in the news this morning. The Quebec Premier demands explanation from the QMJHL about disgusting abuse. Francois Legault is the Premier of Quebec. I think it has something to do with... Wasn't there a Drummondville incident? I don't remember. I think it was...
That was a while ago, though. That wasn't recently. Why did they make this article now?
So... He called the hazing abuse of young people detailed very serious, and said the league can't remain silent. But I think they're doing lots to prevent that, are they not? We've talked about it multiple times.
Yeah.
His quote also says, "It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's time the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League explain themselves."
Was this on? Is he talking about on the ice stuff or off the ice?
I think off the ice stuff, like hazing.
Oh, okay.
The ruling quotes from sworn statements by unidentified players describing what they experienced when they were as young as 15. He said part of his... I won't get into this. A hockey stick went to an area that is not good.
That's not good.
Apparently
when was
more
this?
than... It doesn't say when. These are just examples of...
Sorry. Yeah, well, it can't have that, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, not only, like, there's torturing, shaving people's one, like, you know what I mean? Like, drugged, intoxicated, which sucks because these kids are 15, right? Like, sexual assault we bring up all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's...
Pretty serious stuff.
Yeah. And it's... Yeah, well, I'm curious to see what the Q does now that a big person of power brings this up. Like, it's one thing for, fans to come out about it or, like, players, but hearing someone who represents the province where your league is, that's a pretty big deal. So we'll be watching that story pretty close.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring up the stats, the standings. Quebec is first in the league. That's pretty obvious. Top 3, Quebec, Halifax, and Sherbrooke all clinched playoff spots. Gatineau is 1 point behind Sherbrooke, so it's a matter of time before they do. They've won 9 of their last 10. Go by division. First in the West is Gatineau. That's a pretty easy one. Not even close as Rouyn-Noranda. Sherbrooke is 6 points up on Victoriaville. East Division, Quebec, 30 points up on Rimouski. And then Halifax is 28 points up on Moncton.
There you go.
And when I said that Rouyn's not even close, they're 8 points back of Gatineau. So,
There you have it.
Who do you think's gonna miss the playoffs, Theo?
T10, for sure.
T10 they've gotten 2 points in their last 12.
That's like, well, like we keep mentioning about Riley Kinnegan out of there, Milans and all those guys. But I don't know for Western. Who's your Western? Do you got them for Eastern though? T10.
Oh yeah.
Who's your Western pick?
Right now, Valdor's out. Although I forget how it works because technically, if we're going by lowest point totals, St. John and Bathurst are last. Because honestly, it's not fair to Valdor. You know, let's say if you only take the last one out of each conference, right? There's 10 teams in the East and 8 teams in the West. So technically, if you're going 8-8, every team in the West is making the playoffs, which isn't really fair.
Yeah.
So Sea Dogs are 5-5 in their last 10. Valdor's 2-8 in their last 10.
No, I'm on the Dogs train, baby.
I think Valdor and Bathurst will miss the playoffs. I think.
Yeah.
Blainville's 5 points up. There's lots of time left, but if I had to choose today, I would say those two.
Yeah, right on.
Looking at the stats, this thing's so slow bringing up statistics. Jordan Dumais, 98 points. He's kind of way ahead of Zach Polduc. 12 points now. Alexander Doucette, 43 goals, ahead of Dumais by 5. Jordan Dumais, 60 assists on the season, 9 ahead of Kidney. Goaltenders, Will Rousseau, 2.08 goals against, leads the league. Nathan Darvaux, 929 save percentage. William and Mathis Rousseau, not related, I don't believe, tied in the league for wins, 26. And Olivier Adam, Will Rousseau, and Patrick Hammerla tied for the league lead in shutouts.
There you go.
With Cat.
Cat, there you go.
Cat.
There's some French.
Cool. Anything else? Anything you can...
No.
I want to see how the Zach LaRue incident... Well, 10 games,
10
obviously,
games,
but...
yeah. That's,
I really want to know what someone said to him because...
There will probably be more...
Zach is a good guy, and I don't know, I was just surprised.
It's a lot of the unknown. There's probably going to be more updates.
Something triggers you to do that. You don't do that for no reason. Like that's... Like when Mike Milbury climbed up into the stands, you think no one said anything to him?
That is true.
Beat with the shoe? Like, there's no way. Yeah, Zach. Someone definitely said something to Zach.
Oh, for sure. For sure. There's no way you would do that on.
If you look at the other suspensions, Jim Holton, coach of the Islanders, got a 1 game for unsportsmanlike. I've never seen a coach on here before.
There you go.
Cool.
There you go.
We want to thank Maverick for coming on. That interview was brought to you by Barely's House of Blues and Ribs. We follow us on Instagram, QReview_pod, Twitter, QReview_pod. We have YouTube now. You just look up the Q Review, be right there. This episode brought to you by Barely's House of Blues and Ribs, downtown Halifax. Chris Tracy, Theo Iatru. We'll see you guys next week.
Thanks.